Hey guys, Mike Jim. Welcome to my kitchen, and today we're going to try something that's really fun. And to do that, we have to bring two rivals together, the Sailor Popeye and the Colonel KFC. It's probably one of my favorite videos just because I get to buy an absorbent amount of chicken. I already tried this recipe out, it works great. Today we're going to do some experimenting with different ingredients, but overall, this is going to rock your world. So, we all love fried chicken. I especially. If you go to my vlog channel, you'll hear my crazy story about how I used to go nuts on fried chicken on a Friday afternoon. And before we start, just a real quick taste test between KFC Extra Crispy and Popeye Spicy. They delivered this. Because this was a delivery, it's too doughy when it's cold. The Popeye's chicken, my favorite. Somehow Popeye is always crispier, it's juicier. It's definitely spicier. Love this. As I was saying, as great as fried chicken is, leftover fried chicken, at least for me, not nearly as great unless you're gonna go through all the work of refrying this again at home, which can be really cumbersome. When you microwave it, again, it gets dry or the skin gets really soft. But today I'm gonna show you a great method of eating leftover fried chicken. And this idea originally came from Japan. I think around December, a few months ago, this thing exploded around social media in Japan. And what people were doing with leftover fried chicken, it doesn't even have to be leftover fried chicken, it could be fresh fried chicken. They were putting it into their rice cookers. Instead of using water, using chicken stock and then just a splash of soy sauce and basically making homemade chicken rice. So I gave this really simple method a try. Blew my mind. Absolutely amazing. The chicken was tender, it was soft, it was juicy, the rice was flavorful, it was fluffy. This is something everyone should try. But I did tinker with the recipe a little bit and made it more precise because on social media it's pretty vague how much soy sauce to add, how much chicken broth to add. So I'm gonna show you guys what I did here, and you can either follow along, and you don't have to be as elaborate as I am with all these ingredients. Again, soy sauce, fried chicken, chicken broth, rice, already fantastic. We're gonna do a batch with KFC and then we're gonna do a batch with Popeye just to see if there's any difference in between the two. Add in 1 can of chicken broth, and I have a can that's 14.5 ounces here. Dice up a couple jalapenos. Leave the seeds in if you want a little more heat. Next, chop up some scallions. Toss in your veggies. A couple teaspoons of garlic powder. If you want a little added spice, a teaspoon of chili flakes, a couple teaspoons of cooking wine, a couple teaspoons of oyster sauce, and a tablespoon of soy sauce. Give that a little mix. Don't stir the rice on the bottom, just stir the broth and the veggies on top. Put in your fried chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and just fill it up with fried chicken. Close the rice cooker, turn it on, and as we say in New York, forget about it. you know, until it beeps again. Well, my rice cooker actually sings, so. Ooh, biscuits. Oh yeah. Oh, this is smelling good. The Colonel and all his, how many herbs and, like 20, 13 herbs and spices? Anyway, this is awesome. Meat just falling apart. Yeah, the skin's gonna be soggy. Don't worry about that. It's gonna be fine. Look at this. Look at that. Chicken cooked in his own juice. Incredibly tender. Take the chicken apart, which will be one of the easiest things you will ever do with this dish. It just falls apart completely. Mix it well with the rest of this dish. Drizzle some hot oil. If you want to make it even more devastatingly delicious, drizzle some gravy onto this in the chicken. I know chicken can't fly, but one bite of this, your taste buds be soaring. Oh, this is the best way to eat leftover chicken. The chicken, it's just so tender, like it just came out of the fryer, juicy tender. This chicken is more tender than most of the chicken I got fresh from KFC. It's heated up because I'm a spice monster. You don't need to take it as far as I did. You don't need to do the hot oil with the jalapenos. I like it, I like the heat, that's what I did. Gravy, what a magnificent touch. The rice soaked up all that great chicken broth, seasoned perfectly with little bites of mushy potatoes, slight crunch from the jalapeno peppers and the mushrooms. I got that nice textural diversity that keeps my tongue engaged, you know? And those of you who might be thinking, you know what? The skin is way too soggy, it's not good. Trust me, mix the skin in with the rice. So all that herbs and spices, what, the 13, 15, how many herbs and spices, Colonel? 21? I really don't know. All that herbs and spices that this gentleman put into his chicken is now mixed in with your rice. If you don't believe me, go cook this, taste it. The chicken skin, obviously it's not crunchy, but it blends in with the other ingredients. It breaks apart. It adds to the flavor. It has a soft texture, but it's not unpleasant. It's so good. I eat this over and over again. This is one of the greatest creations to come out of Japan. And trust me, guys, use the ingredients I told you to and the ratio I told you. This is way better than any other method of reheating fried chicken. This is it. Before I get too into this, I will, with the side of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'm gonna make another batch with Popeyes fried chicken this time. Now I'm gonna combine it with one of my favorite recipes. Rice and tomatoes. Same thing as before, 2.5 cups of rice, 14.5 ounces, 1 can chicken broth. Add some mushrooms, potatoes, soy sauce, oyster sauce, cooking wine, garlic powder, chili flakes, teaspoon of white pepper. Get that little mix. Biggest difference, tomato in a rice cooker, along with 4 pieces of Popeyes fried chicken. Wow, this looks so good. Juicy chicken. The Popeye version smells better than the KFC one. Yeah, the Popeye version definitely smells way better than the KFC version. I love the Popeyes version. Wow. That tomato, you've got to add that tomato in there. It just gives it that slight bit of sweetness that this dish absolutely craves for. Slightly sweet. Just a tad of tartness in there. The tomato makes a heck of a difference. The chicken is better too. I would 100% recommend this recipe with a Popeyes chicken, spicy of course, and a tomato. But overall, regardless of what you have, KFC leftovers, Popeyes leftovers, Bojangles, I don't know, Church's chicken, whatever. This way of eating leftover fried chicken by turning it into chicken rice may be one of the greatest leftover hacks of all time. All right, I'm gonna write out the ingredients for both these recipes in the description box below. Guys, go home and try this for yourself. It's amazing. You'll love it. No better way to eat leftover fried chicken. Thank you all so much for watching. Till we cook again. See you later.